Happy birthday, Mia. This is my first time seeing one of your shows. I figured I'd come on your birthday since I haven't been anything else. So I hope it's a good show, because if it's not a good show, I'm still going to fake laugh. So you won't be upset, okay? But be funny, because you get it from your father.
Yo, Mia, what's good, Dro? Oh my God, you 38. We 38, son. I mean, I'm almost there. 38. Pre-40, okay? It's giving pre-40. But listen, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? You Leo energy, take it and run with it, okay? This comedy thing, you got that. I'm trying to tell you, you got that. And there's nothing stopping you. So I'm so excited to see what you got going on tonight. I'm so excited to see this is tape. It's getting real. It's getting tape. Amazing. Congratulations. I'm done. Peace.
Hey, congratulations. Is another year closer to death. But in between that time, like, do some major shit. And right now you're doing some major shit. On some serious shit, happy birthday for real. And listen, you about to fuck this joint up tonight, all right? So just have fun and I'll let you.
I heard you, it was in the basement of what is now Ema's corner, but it was Joe Square. And you said something, it was so subtle and so funny. But I knew that you got it as far as the whole cooties thing, and I'm like, yep. Then I went up to you afterwards, and like my friends were like, no, I don't know if you can read that into it. And I'm like, nope, I know it. And you affirmed it for me, and I was right, and you got it. And I have been following you ever since. And yeah, you've just been doing an amazing job at expressing your experiences and who you are. And I hope sometimes when you're doing it, experiencing catharsis, and it affects me in a really positive way, and it inspires me, and keep it up.
I'm expecting to laugh and hear some crazy stories.
Happy birthday, Mia. I'm expecting to hear your deep honesty and your unique perspective.
Never seen her perform yet, but I'm excited and I'm looking forward to seeing her perform. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Just want to say happy birthday. I don't know you personally, but I'm glad I came. It looks like quite a vibe, and I'm looking forward to the poetry.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I just want to welcome you all tonight to the first meeting of the Mia Musa fan club. Yeah! And your president and oldest member. And I just want to do a quick roll call so we know who's in the room, right? Who has been here since birth? Make some noise. Woo! All right, okay. How about elementary school? Any elementary school friends in the room? Give it just a go. Oh, I know who you are, so don't act like that. Give us a whoop. Okay, how about middle school? Woo! Okay, middle school, high school friends in the room. Okay, very high school. What about preschool? Have any of this? Okay. And invisible majority, did we just say? And then our new comedy folks. Woo! Give us a shout. So we all represent members of this club for this beautiful human to our left, Mia Musa. And as you can tell, that the fact that there are people in this room who have been with her since elementary school, that Mia is special. And you know, in the elementary school days, I think people used to see her and like, oh, that's the quiet girl over there in the corner. And in the middle school days, that's the quiet girl that's over there in the corner. In high school, you know, she's like, that's the quiet girl. Okay, you know. And so when she popped out in the comedy scene, I think a lot of people were like, girl, what? For real? Okay, like, I see you. But what I know is that Mia has been studying comedy since she was a little girl. And Flip Wilson, Paul Mooney, Spike Lee. Mia is a huge media nerd buff. She studied, she practiced, and this has been one of her dreams for so long. And so for me, as the president of the Mia Musa fan club, when she popped out, I said, listen, I wasn't even there, but I was just so happy for her to step into And so each event that she's held, each time that she's gone on stage, traveling to New York and New Orleans and LA and, you know, and stepping out there, I mean, popped into comedy and brought all her juice and her sass with her, putting together events, bringing people together. Hey, you know, it has just been so special. I've heard it tonight. Mia is an inspiration to us all. If y'all know me personally, y'all know I'll be liking to share my sister because she's that girl. And so I am very pleased on tonight to introduce my big sister, Mia Musa.
Shifts and changes that contributed to just, you know,
rough time, between like family, some schedule changes with my kids. Ended up not going back to teaching at school and all of that. So it's been, and a lot of people kind of been looking at outside looking in and looking at, my little gig awards and, festival things and just like me traveling around and just like, oh, you're doing great. And I have not been doing great. I have not been doing great. And I'm one of them people that forget what I just did. You be like, yeah, how was Afghanistan? I was like, what? I was in Afghanistan. I just saw the picture. You was right there. And I was like, oh, you talking about, I was just chilling. Somebody invite me somewhere, I'm pulling up. Oh no. So things have gotten, things got a little stressful. And I got so stressed out, I ended up getting shingles. Oh, yes, the old people disease. Shingles, that's crazy. Yeah, that was the time. And so I got shingles and, I stayed in my basement. It's my little lair. So I was just like, I'm just stay in my basement, stay away from people because apparently it's contagious. And, just try to chill out because it's triggered by stress, it can be triggered by heat. Just chill, relax, so that I can try to bring my cortisol levels down, bring my stress levels down. But all of y'all know me personally, and all of y'all know I have 3 children. There's no such thing as chilling out when you got 3 kids. They do not care. They don't care if you're on your deathbed. They're going to ask for your spot. Okay? They're going to be fighting all day and ask you to, mediate. Like, I don't care that he touched your teddy bear that you ain't seen in 5 years. Like, I don't care about this right now. Get out my face. So I was like, it's not enough for me to do what I would have done in the past and just relax and chill out and try to just take some chill time. And I was like, I think it's about time. Like, I need to start like a substance, like I need something. I need something that's going to forcibly do this, And so I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. I was laying there and I was like, what is it going to be? Like, when do I need to start? And I landed on crack. Dopamine, and I said those are 2 things that I need. This hasn't been working for me to try to work out. My energy levels are low. That's where the dopamine, it'll get me up. But people, so I was like, what's the downside of crack? And just research that. It's like, what's the side effects? Because it just gotten a bad name for 30 years. Nobody really say what it is. So I looked it up. I looked up the downsides of crack, and it was heart failure. Like, everything causes heart failure. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the side effects of the shine. They were forcing people to take it to go to work. So I was like, I might as well get some endorphins out of it. That wasn't enough of a problem for me. But again, I'm thoughtful. Think about it some more, and I was like, well, again, people give crack a bad rap. Why do you give crack such a bad rap? So I started to visualize a crackhead. And, I saw somebody that might have been a little disheveled, a little underweight, teeth might have been missing, outside maybe doing something a little strange, And then I thought about it, if that became me, that's a y'all problem. You know what I mean? Not a personal issue. like the FDA approved now. All some people do is dog, you know? Anyway, the first time I did that joke, this guy took me to the side and he was like, "Oh, good bit. It made me want to try crack again." Wonderful comedy. That was what I was going to think of. And I literally just recovered from the shingles. And the way he said it, he looked at it like, again. Like, I know where to get it. It's pretty hard. I said, bro, I'm just joking. Like, I don't even drink, smoke, or nothing. Like, I'm just playing. Okay? I'm just playing. And just if you guys are wondering, he was not black. Okay? Because black people don't do crack no more. Only white people do crack. Which is proof that it's safe. Too many more stars get on his back. I have money on mine. Just saying. Get rid of this. Can't make no promise. So if y'all see me out on the street, I'm where I want to be. Don't say what you don't want to be said. Mental health is interesting right now. I got my therapist friends in here. Shout out to my therapist friends. Lord, work. Yes. Therapy, dope. Again, I'm doing this. I haven't signed up yet, but I heard it works. I've just been using their free services. Shout out to y'all. You know, they give me their advice sometimes, but I'll just use that for now. And like most people, I use the internet. Okay? I've used the internet to maybe diagnose me with a couple things. You know? And so, you know, whatever. You got videos, ADHD, cool, of course. Autism, maybe. I don't know. But it got too far for me. When I saw this, it was an ad, and it was like in my stories, and it was like signs of disassociation and what to do about it. And I looked at that, I was like, this has gone too far. Why do I want to do anything about disassociation? That's crazy. They ain't even had no real solution. You can't even take no drugs to stop disassociation. I don't want to stop disassociation. Like, again, people start crack for disassociation. My brain do that for free. Why do I want to stop it? People make good money to disassociate. I'm riding down the street. I don't know how I got here. That's how I get on stage. I just took it. This is why I forgot I was in Afghanistan. I don't know where I'm at right now. Exactly where I want to be. I wasn't doing nothing about that. I ain't never see that ad again. Because nobody wants to do anything about that. What are you talking about? And people, when you don't go through the proper channels, people can be judgmental about it, you know? Like, I remember when Amanda Stills had come out about being autistic and people were attacking her, and they were just like, you 40 and you just figuring that out? And then people was like, that's not, people was like, that's not real. You know, you just saying that because nobody likes you. You're just trying to find excuses. And honestly, you know, I thought that was kind of messed up because we live in America. Like, we don't have good access to healthcare. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't afford to pay $150 to find out you're a little bit retarded. Right, a little bit. I got TikTok for that. This pop therapist just told me something I get a little bit off of you stupid list of things. Like, we gotta be okay with that. And speaking of the R word, I'm not going to lie, I'm not letting it go. Okay, I just said it on camera. Honestly, I think it's institutional gaslighting for them to try to turn it to the R word at this time in history. Okay? issues, you know what I mean? Or, you know, so I get why it's just like, okay, you shouldn't use that as a derogatory term if we still used it as a term for like mental disabilities. But it has evolved to be when you retarded. And I'm gonna say it, because some people retarded. You got people that's worried about gold diggers when they don't got gold. That's retarded. About being ashamed for it. In this day and age, in this, the year of our Lord, I don't care. And then the, you know, virtue signaling police or whatever, y'all know what word we still use in the same way? Dumb. Dumb. Dumb was originally if you were nonverbal, you know, and you could not speak. And then people used it as a derogatory term for not being that smart. And nobody said you can't use dumb, but I can't use retarded. Whatever. Alright, honestly guys, I ain't think this through. Okay. Well, clearly it's my birthday, right? This is my 38th birthday. Yes, so we are officially in the late 30s. I know, 38, 39, they don't even be having an age. You just say pushing for it. You don't even have like a, you know, a marker. But I've been enjoying moseying through my 30s. I think 30s is a good time. 30s is a weird time though. 30s I feel like is when you, like you still feel young. You almost feel younger than when you was like 21. 21 you thought you was grown. You know what I mean? Like I remember being 21 and getting carded and somebody was like, I've been 21 for 4 months already. Like, you still look 14. And honestly, you still act like it. Nobody is fooled by the blazer, okay? And so I've been enjoying moseying through my 30s, but it's like that you still feel young, but then you also feel your age. You know what I mean? Like certain things start to pop up where you like, wow, mortality is near. So, you know, like things ain't freaking the way they used to freak or moving the way they used to move, and you're starting to come to terms with that. One of the ways that I've been coming to terms with that is me getting annoyed by like other people's behavior, you know, or just like minding other people's business, like stuff that don't have nothing to do with me. It's not like I'm annoyed because it's like, oh, they did something that harmed me. It's just, why would you do that with your life? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. And when I find myself doing that, I think about like my grandmother. My grandmother used to just sit. Okay, I don't know if y'all remember this, but in the apartment buildings, and they used to have like the TV where you could turn to the channel to see the surveillance outside. Yes. That's what she would watch. That was her prime time program. If it was more, she'd sit on the porch, watch people, why she got that? You know, and I looked at her like, why is that in your business? I gotta do with you, Granny. And now I'll be sitting there looking like, why she got that? And where I find it so, you know, where it shows up the most, and again, most of y'all know me, so most of y'all know where I live. And I live right off the strip, you know, so I live, you know, in an interesting neighborhood because it is
middle class, people from all over the place, you know what I mean? My house is a decent house. I got a single family, yard, all, you know, the whole nine, you know. But right in the middle, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know what I'm talking about. Right in the middle, you know, is rough. You know what I'm saying? Any Sense is the only place like this in Baltimore, you know, where it's just drugs and prostitution. And the peak hours for this activity is 12 to 3. And that's PM. That's not even It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I call it lunch special pussy. I figured they know their audience. You know what I mean? So they pull up right there in, you know, the middle of the day. And it's not the prostituting that bothers me. Okay, get it how you live. You know, I'm no judge. I think it should be legal. I think drugs should be legal. So it's not necessarily that bothers me. It's how I know they're prostituting that bothers me. And I know they're prostituting because their shoes don't fit. And I don't know why it gets on my nerves. You know, I think it's because I'm a consultant and I'm just like, invest in your business. Like, these shoes that don't fit. I don't understand. I don't understand. And I've always had a pet peeve of like bad wigs because it's like you paid to do that. So that adds to it, you know what I mean? And it just bothers me. So one day this, you know, lady of the night was like walking down our street, well, lady in the mid afternoon. Walking down our streets. And you know, my youngest daughter, she was out and she was like, oh mommy, she looks so pretty. And I was like, oh. You know, I had 3 mom thoughts that crossed my mind. You know? One of the mom thoughts was like, oh, our children are so innocent. You know? Like she's looking at the beauty of this woman, I'm looking at her shoes that not fitting, judging her and her lifestyle, you know what I mean? And then the second mom thought, I started to have some mom guilt, because I was just like, I got my kids on this corner where it's like people living lives they don't necessarily want to live, they get exposed to this, and now, you know, they're glamorizing it and glorifying it and all of that. And then my third thought, I took a step back, and I had to look at the woman in her outfit, you know, and I had to think about, like, what is she attracted to by saying, oh, she looks so pretty? And so I looked at her again, you know, and I saw she had kind of like mismatched tights, you know what I mean? Of course, she had the shoes that don't fit, she had the makeup and the disheveled wig or whatever, you know? And when I really thought about it, I was like, you know what? This is peak 6-year-old beauty standard. When a kid plays dress up, you know what I'm saying? And they be putting makeup all on themselves and get a random wig, you know, shoes that don't fit, closet around. I was like, it tracks, it's fine. It's not that they don't know what's going on. She just said, look, because I would have put that together. She said, 6-year-olds get cheap prostitutes. What it is. It's fine. I think the other funny thing about your 30s, especially once you hit your mid-30s, and certainly once you get over the hump, when you get over to like the, you know, because once you turn 36, that's the first time that you can date half your age legally, okay? I'm not interested. I've been teaching for a long time, and I'm always afraid that if I go too young, I'll run into like one of my old students or something, and I'll find out he just won a bet, and I think I'm worth more than you know, and $1 from 6th grade. So I can't do it. But it is the first time. And so sometimes, you know, when you end up dating somebody significantly younger, it's just, you just so happen to be in the same spaces, especially again. Like, you know, like young Gen X, older millennials, like most of us still kind of like young for our age, and then like a lot of older Gen Z and younger millennials, honestly, you know. So we just all of the same age, so you don't really know. You don't really know until somebody open their mouth. You know what I mean? Like one time I was hanging with somebody a while ago, and they wanted to watch. Oh my goodness, Tales from the Hood. And they asked me if I ever saw it. And I was like, well, I haven't really seen it since it came out. And he was like, oh, you was alive back then? Ready to go home. And it was other sides, trying to use YouTube as background music. I said, this is too young for me. Very juvenile. I want to be here. But, you know, so sometimes it just happens. You don't know. You didn't know. Y'all just so happen to like the same things, and then you turn around and find out y'all 10 years apart. And then, but as you get a little older, as you start to hit that 37, 38 mark, you end up being intentionally targeted by these young for your age. And that is something I don't think anybody prepares you for. And what I've been trying to tell them is that, you know, those stereotypes about cougars and sugar daddies and all these things that they think they're about to get with somebody in their late 30s, it just don't hit for millennials. I'm sorry. We the most immature generation. Okay? We making cartoon t-shirts popular still. You're 40 years old. And it's cool. That's how we know if you're kin. Oh, you like Arnold too. Okay. But like for women, because it's like, I think somebody had hit me, like trying to be in my DMs or something, and just like, and I'm just like, you're a child. And he's like, well, I like older women because older women can cook and older women got good business. And I'm like, I don't even see myself as an older woman, first of all. What you talking about? But then I looked at, you know, 20 years, I was like, God dang, okay. I could be old enough to be in my mother. Who knew? And we grew up on Oodles and Noodles. I don't know if anybody told us we grew up on a hamburger helper. Okay, our parents was working. They was not teaching us how to cook. I'm sorry. And then all these dudes getting mad at Alfredo. That was the next step up. That's what that's fancy. Some chicken cutlets. And with the Oodles and Noodles. Okay? You put some seasoning in there that's not in the package. We know that we did something. And with, you know, again, guys, people will target guys in their mid to late 30s, you know, little 21-year-old girls, they might show up, see them in the club, you know, they see the full beard and the Hey Arnold shirt, and they're like, they see him. He gonna pay for my drink tonight. And guess what? He's not. Okay, we graduated during a recession and it never quite got paid for. Sorry, he ain't got no money. Okay? And the ones that got money is paying $2,500 a month in rent plus. Okay, they is not giving you that $40. You gonna have to get higher and older. You gonna have to go a little older than 38. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. And they made many ways to try to justify it. But it sneak up on you, you don't know. You don't know that's why somebody is pursuing you, you know what I mean? And I think that's what happened to Drake. I do. You know? Yes, Drake, because we the same age. I don't think he knew he was the old nigga in the club. I don't think he knew. After a certain point, it changed. Nobody tell you that's what's going to happen. I don't think he knew. Now he got the whole world calling him a pedophile. He didn't know. He didn't know it was inappropriate. He thought he was still 18. It is what it is. They say dating in your 30s is ghetto. You know. get with the right one, and then it's just like, wow. You could just be doing anything, right? Anything gets 20. Once you get on the other side of that, you know what I mean? Like, you literally paid to be single. Once you get on the other side of that, it's just like, look, it's fun time. Whatever happens, happens. It can change any day. It's all good. I don't really care. And I honestly, I never really did it like that when I was younger, but in theory, I like it better because I'm a very pragmatic person. I don't care what your favorite color is. All I care about is schedules. Alignment, you know what I mean? Does it work out? That's all I care about, and that's what starts happening in your 30s. It's not like fluffy, oh, we just both like music. It's just like, are you available Tuesday at 5 o'clock? Like the direct expectations that come with that. Okay? I think the main thing is that you should always have a goal. I think you should have a goal. I think you should have intentions when it comes to dating. You know, my intention is starting a cult. That's working towards starting a cult is all about skills and what skills you can bring to this apocalyptic fantasy. And I feel like I would have a good cult. I think like cults get a bad name because it usually be guys running them and they be having like wives age 15 to 97. It's like 500 kids running around. You know, like my cult would be me and like 3 guys, you know, that'd be crazy. Control the population, you know, we more or less know who everybody belongs to. You know? It's all part of the community. And they would want to be there. I'm not forcing them, I'm not selling them a dream. It's just, you know, the world is getting crazy. A lot is going on. And they got my glass downstairs. There's a lot going on. Yeah, we have to be able to, as a community, like future plan exactly, you know, how we come together and how we aid each other and what skills and services and all that type of stuff that we kind of bring in these new communities that we cultivate. Y'all waiting for a joke, it's not there. I'm sorry, it's not there. I didn't write nothing for that, it's fine. I don't actually write my jokes anyway. But what this makes me think of, y'all know how I knew Trump was gonna win? Listen to you talk. Conversation back and forth. I knew he was gonna win when Kim Kardashian took her fake butt out. Listen, it be signalers. That was the signaler. She took some of her butt out and went blonde. She turned right again. Even American Greek. I knew that something like that was about to happen. Well, honestly, people get mad, but the whole campaign, it's like both sides was trying to pander to black people, right? And where Kamala messed up, I think, is that like Trump was pandering to niggas, you know, and Kamala was pandering to African Americans. And by pandering to African Americans, she was isolating the niggas. You know what I mean? And she was going to African Americans and was like, y'all can't elect that felon. And the niggas was like, what's wrong with felons? You know what I mean? Gave him family seat. Right there. Gotta know your audience. So then she tried to step up and like, look, this is what we can do for you niggas. And they was like, no. We with the guy that sells sneakers. God, you can sell them sneakers and Bibles. Oh my goodness. If y'all don't get nothing else from Trump, what I want y'all to get from him is to just go ahead and live your best nigga life. Go ahead. Live your best nigga life. Because we can't have him one up with us. It's crazy. All those baby mothers. He got more rap friends than us. I don't like that. And then we be going into workspaces and professional spaces trying to be African Americans. You know what I mean? Like we be trying to be all like, whoa. He show up eating McDonald's. And bad niggerish. We trying to hold down our niggerishness. Niggas like, saying them out loud. He from Queens or wherever he from. It's not fair, I'm jealous. I think a lot of us are jealous. We just looking like, dang, because Obama had to be like a respectable person. An African American. He look African American. He had to rebrand himself as African American. White and Indian. He had to rebrand himself. From Chicago. But he really from Hawaii. But Trump can just be niggly and it's crazy, right? Then it's weird, like the whole immigration thing is weird, because I really don't be following too much, but I was looking at parts of the inauguration, and I noticed that all of the people that were there to support Trump, including himself, all of them had immigrant wives. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah. I said, well, what is such the, like I go on a bigger level, but like them as individuals, I was like, what is the push to like try to be so anti-immigration? Like what's the push if you're married to immigrants, right? And then I thought about it, and I thought about his supporters, and I thought about like what Make America Great Again is kind of representing. And I realized that they're trying to build a community of potential wives for these incel losers. You know what I mean? Like the ones that can't afford to be passport bros, so they need to get somebody that needs to get citizenship real quick. It's like, loser over there, ready to use a 335. Right, this young lady from Guatemala. I think that's what's going on, but that's the stuff that again doesn't make any sense to me, and why I'm never retiring or retired, because it just don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But you know, when you know more about the history of America, and you understand that they always need a target to like harm and abuse, and for us to be like, that's not us. You know, they always want to get somebody. And the funniest thing about it is one thing that I realized being a passport sis myself is that one thing I realized is nobody's more anti-immigration than legal immigrants. I did my paperwork. Take them. Nice. And it's crazy. They up ICE budget so much. And this is again another colonial tactic. They do it everywhere. When they strip the economy of like normal regular jobs, fire everybody. So the only thing left for you to do is like military or police. You know what I mean? It gets you stuck in there. That's how you develop the Nazis and Sparta everywhere. Everywhere around the world they did this a million times. They gonna have what a $10,000, $20,000 signing bonus and 6 figures for people that don't have no education, no nothing, no whatever, okay? And honestly, I need that money. tomorrow. I ain't really gonna do my job unless somebody piss me off. Oh, my tumble didn't call back. Ice! Y'all playing with me. Should've got your paperwork straight. But somebody did make me think about it. They was just like, well, instead of just like not filling these seats, infiltrate it. You know what I mean? Again, do that age-old, like what enslaved people used to do, where they work extra slow or something. That, you know, when y'all kids go to school, where they don't they not learning nothing. Yeah. It's a form of protest. So maybe more of us, we could maybe be ICE agents and then. Because you know they're going to get a whole bunch of like Gen Zers. And I know I'm going to sound damn old and haggard by saying this. You know what? People said Gen Z was going to be our hope to create a new society. It's true. It's true. And it's true because there is no way they are upkeeping the current system. There's no way. They're going first day ice job, be here at 9 a.m. They're coming at 11 and they're telling you the vibes. They tell you they had to go get a vape and some coffee. You can't keep systems going under them conditions. You need to keep hiring. 18 to 25 right now. Just keep hiring. They can't read. With instructions, if you don't have a smartphone to scan it for them and read it out loud, they don't know what you just put. They don't. They don't. So, it might implode. It might implode. I don't know. I have no idea. It's like, I told myself, listen, I told myself I was going to watch all my sets so I know what my jokes were. That's what I didn't do. I took a nap. I went to sleep. And that's what I did. You know, I like things to flow well into each other, but that's what you do when you come prepared. I mean, since I'm talking about Gen Z can't read, I'll talk about my teaching journey. So, you know, I was teaching like two years. I've taught my whole life now, but I ended up becoming a long-term substitute in teaching, and being the first time where I was like in class the whole time. And the way that happened is I had a friend hit me up and was just like, look, this was like right after the fresh, you know, pandemic, people were coming back to school for the first time in a while, and they was just like, they're desperate, you know, they need somebody. And I was just like, I don't know if I can get up, I don't know if I can get my kids to school and be there and deal with the bureaucracy and all that type of stuff. And then they told me how much they was paying in desperation, and I was like, I can get up. You know, I will figure that out. And figure it out I did. But I did tell them, because school started at 8, and I was like, look, I ain't going to be able to get there before 8:30. They was just like, whatever. So they directed me to the principal or to whatever staff, and, you know, for an interview. And I thought they was going to give me a real interview. I thought they was going to at least try to make sure I wasn't a psychopath or whatever. All they did was tell me the hours. They asked me no question about it. So they should be glad I'm actually a good teacher, you know, because who knows who they would have had in there getting paid all that money. And yeah, I ended up teaching biology right out the gate. And I'm a science nerd, I am, but there's nothing on my resume that says that. The only thing I got is arguing with people on science, you know. People getting mad at me, going to Facebook jail, you know, that's all I got. That's the only thing, the experience I had with that. And teaching during this time, this like post-COVID time, like teaching was always crazy, but it has definitely been extra crazy the past couple of years. Give it it up for the teachers in the building. It's hard. And like I told y'all, these kids cannot read. Everybody think it's everybody else's kid but their own. Y'all kids can't read. So, I don't care how I please you, how good, how smart she was in school. Your child, none of them can read. And I was about to get him that speech. Like, y'all gonna have to know how to read. Like, y'all not gonna be able to function in society unless y'all know how to read and all of that. And then I thought about it. I was like, they still gonna give it to you. Because people gave us speeches that don't make no sense now. You know what I mean? It was like, you can't just use a calculator. You're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket. And we was like, damn. He said, you can't get visible tattoos. You're not gonna be able to get a job. And then we was the people hiring people. So like, hey. Nobody cares. The world adjusts. You don't need literate citizens. You have Siri. What are you talking about? You got AI writing all the medical paper journals. Same years, I'm not going to no doctor. I don't care. I don't trust you. You're going to have real world experience. Like any profession where you have to graduate a college or any type of program, I don't trust you. I'm not going to trust you in 10 years. I'm going to be one of them people, like, somebody walk in that's 25, I'm like, where's your father? I'm not being seen by you. But the other crazy thing about these children, and a lot of the parents get mad that they took these phones away. The phones are a big part of the problem. They really are. A big part of the problem. And I had these students one time where they was in class and they were selling drugs, right? They on the phone. I work in high school, by the way. So they on the phone and they all loud on the phone like, I ain't got the weed, but Jake got the weed, and you want some? And there's like a mandatory reporter or whatever as a teacher, my first thing I'm supposed to say to them is like, guys, y'all not supposed to be selling drugs. Y'all not supposed to be doing it. Put that down. There's so much more to life. My boss in the building, you know what I mean? He's a retired street dealer himself. He raised his daughter well, okay? So as a child of a street pharmacist, and as a millennial teacher, my actual thought in speech was, guys, y'all not supposed to be selling drugs on the phone. What is y'all doing? Your OGs, ain't nobody teach you? That used to make me so mad. You can't be criminal and dumb at the same time. Oh my gosh. They be selling on themselves. Especially the one kid, because he looked about 25. They was giving 21 Jump Street. I was not convinced, okay? I said, I'm very straight laced. I don't do really, everything is illegal, but I don't do nothing. Alright, I don't do nothing. I'm very straight laced. But if I ever were to think about doing anything illegal, I would not do it around the feds. I don't care. Any of these little boys, y'all call the vibes and all of them is feds. You don't make songs. You don't make songs detailing your crimes. With actual names of the people that you define and the coordinates you said in the song. If you're not CIA, I don't trust it. They be going live. They be going live streaming. Live. Be like, hey, we out here. Done. Children wired. They don't even gotta wire stuff, but then they tell them themselves. They make soundtracks to it. It don't make no sense. All right, y'all. I gave y'all enough. I gave y'all enough. Inspired by criminality. I'm gonna get one more inspired by criminality, and you know, I just because Brandon is here. I just want to talk about the Diddy trial real quick. And I'm gonna leave on this. I want to talk about the Diddy trial real quick. And this was inspired, you know, by my sister in here because she is a Diddy fan, right? You know, she be Diddy Bobby and all that stuff. And she was hurt. She was hurt when he got cut up. And, you know, and she was like, how is he going to live? How is he going to live? And, how we going to live? And I was just like, I mean, like, people like the artists that he worked with, but I'm like, I don't think people really rock with him like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that we like Bad Boy, but we ain't necessarily like him. Like, I don't know if people would. I think we could, like, I was just like, if we, all the songs that he did have and the verses for, if we just got the people that actually wrote the verse to rap it, like, I'm fine with that. You know, it's different with R. Kelly where we all grew up with him and he has a soundtrack to different parts of our lives. But it's like he was with us in kindergarten graduation. You know, he was with us in middle school dance. You know, in my case, he was with us when, you know, walking down the street and a creepy man was playing the song. He was with us in different parts of life. So I was like, I think it's different for this. No. I was like, you know what, I'm going to start asking people. And I had to look it up because I was like, I need to see, you know, what his solo projects were and like how popular they were. And so I looked it up. I looked up the solo projects. And I was doing my research and I was asking people, and I've asked this in several cities now. And the question that I asked was, can anybody name any of them? Except for Brandon. All right, what you done?
Saturday, Money Making Mitch. Forever.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The saga continues.
So at first I asked people if they could name 3 of them because there's 5, right? But then most people couldn't name more than one, so I just was like, hey, y'all name any of them, and most people could not. And I even asked myself who's the DJ at his peak of popularity when Diddy was at his peak of popularity, and he couldn't name none of them. He know the most obscure music ever. I had to break non-contact to ask him to start. All 5 of them went gold or platinum. Wow. None of them, nobody can name them. This was the only evidence that was needed in court that is money laundering. The units was not real units. The units was people. Okay? All they had to put in evidence. They fumbled this case. They fumbled the case. All right, I'm gone. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.